Hello students, I am Hasmathullah from G.K.Jain school. Today we are going to discuss about the international economics last part. That what is an exchange rate? What does it has an impact on international economy? For having the proper international trade, what does the exchange rate plays a vital role? What kind of role does it play? That's what we are going to see. Let's see the meaning of Forex first. Forex nothing but it refers to the foreign currency. An exchange foreign currency that is being used in two countries to do the proper trading policy. The merchandise through which the payment of international trade is being done between countries. This is one document, this is one product, this is one thing. With the help of that, the international trade is being done between the two countries. For example, India and Russia is going to have an international trade. There must be a proper Forex, a proper currency that should be used between these two countries. That's what the Forex means. It refers to the foreign currency. What is Forex? It means the foreign currency that being used as a merchandise for having the payment, to make a payment between two countries, is known as Forex. Let's see the definition of Forex. A system of process of converting one national currency into another, transferring money from one country to another. What is it? A systematic way, a proper policy of converting one national currency with another national currency. For example, Indian rupees is there and we are having a kind of dealing with the Abu Dhabi, Dubai. For that we need a real. So the Indian currency should be converted into real. Real currency should be converted into Indian currency. Then conversion of two currency. The conversion of one national currency with another national currency is what is known as Forex. It was known as Forex. What is the Forex? The exchange, the conversion, which means the conversion of one national currency with another national currency and transferring money from one country to another. By converting, the money has to be transferred from one country to another country. That is what is known as Forex. What is Forex? Forex is nothing but a system way, a systematic way, a proper way of converting one national money, one national currency with another national money, another national currency. And that money, that currency has to be given from one country to another. It has to be transferred from one country to another country. For example, India is having a proper business, international trade with regards to Saudi Arabia. Now in Saudi Arabia, the currency name is dinar that is being used. So the Indian currency has to be converted into dinar, and the dinar has to be converted into an Indian currency, and then dinar will come back to India. India is the currency, the dinar should go to the Saudi Arabia, and the rupees should come to India. Understood? Currency has to be exchanged. For example, dollar, rupees. The dollar has to be converted into rupees. Rupees has to be converted into dollar, and the respective country, US, should send the rupees to India. India should send the dollar to the US. That's what the basic condition, basic meaning for the Forex. Nothing but it refers to the foreign currency which is being used as a material, as a merchandise, as a product for doing an international trade between two countries. It is what? A process of converting one national currency with another national currency and transferring money from one country to another country is known as Forex. Now the very famous thing we come across is rate of exchange. What is rate of exchange? All transactions that are carried out in an international market on rate of exchange. Every transaction, every detailed transaction which is being taking place in an international economics, in an international trade, in an international market, there has to be one particular aspect, rate of exchange has to be there. every international market should consist the rate of exchange. What is the rate of exchange? The price paid in the home country, the price paid in the home currency for the unit of foreign currency. The price paid in home currency for the unit paid in foreign currency. For example, whatever price I am being paid in a home currency for unit of foreign currency. For example, I have utilized $10,000. The $10,000 has to be paid. Rate of exchange. An exchange rate is what? For example, Indian rupees is 70 rupees. If you compare with the dollar, it's a 1 rupees. $1 is equal to 70 rupees. So, we have to see the standard of rupees. We have to see the standard of currency. Based on that, we have to make the settlement. That's what is known as exchange. All transaction, every transaction that is being taking place in an international market, all has to be condition of rate of exchange. What is rate of exchange? The price paid in a home country, the price paid in a home currency over the same unit of foreign currency. For example, I am paying 10,000 Indian rupees, but it has to be converted when the US market has the price of $10,000. I have to convert the Indian rupees 10,000 into 70. How will it be? 70,000. This 70,000 I have to give, not the 10,000. That was the exchange rate. I have to know the correct volume, the correct value of the rupees, and then I have to give the money. That is what we call exchange rate. The proper value of the currency should be there. Whatever value is there, on that value only we have to give the money. That is what we call rate of exchange. If you see the rate of exchange history, rupees 1 and the dollar 1 was there in 1947. If you talk about 1947, 1 rupees was is equal to $1, but when you talk about 2018, $1 is equal to 70 rupees. For example, if I am there in 1947, I have done any kind of business which has the combination of US and India, 10,000 rupees has to be paid in a home currency, and this home currency has to convert into a foreign currency, so I will pay $10,000 because 10,000 rupees is equal to $10,000. But now when I have $10,000 I have to pay, but in my home currency how will it will be? It will be 70,000 because $1 is equal to 70 rupees. So I have to see the standard of money. Based on that, the multiplication has to be done. My home currency will be more than the foreign currency based on the volume of that one. If it is 1947, for $1, 1 rupees. So 10,000 here means 10,000 also I will pay to the US. But now, if I have to pay $10,000 to an US people, a US business person, what has to do? I have to convert the dollar, the rupees into the dollar. It will be 70,000 rupees. 70,000 rupees is equal to $10,000. That's why I have to convert and give. You see? $1 is equal to 1 rupees in 1947, but you take the current scenario, 2018 we have to get the figure, $1 is equal to 70 rupees. Let's see some of the definition of equilibrium exchange rate. The equilibrium exchange rate is the rate which over a certain period of time keeps the balance of payment in equilibrium. What is equilibrium? It keeps the balance of payment in a proper way. An exchange rate that has to be there, it keeps in over certain period, it will maintain the proper balance payment. In a one scenario, there will be fully payment will not be done. So thus payment has to be stored for a future consumption, for the future period. That future period can be saved through the balance of payment. What is that? Equilibrium exchange rate is that rate which over a certain period of time keeps the balance of payment. It is what? It is a which rate? This rate is being kept for that purpose that the balance payment can be done. The balance payment can be done over the period of time. You see? Let's see the figure. We have took x-axis and y-axis. Quantity of foreign exchange demand and supply. So total quantity we have took of foreign exchange of demand and supply. We have took the dollar value is equal to rupees value. Dollar is equal to rupees value we have taken. If you see, the supply is going from the left to right in a upper down, in a upper side. If you take the demand value from the left to right, it is coming in a downward. Wherever the demand and supply is meeting, that point is a equilibrium point that we know. Wherever the demand and the supply is meeting, that period, that time, that place is a equilibrium. Here, the maximum satisfaction in an exchange rate can be seen. The maximum satisfaction in exchange rate can be seen. For example, I had to pay 10,000 rupees to any company for doing any kind of work. Now, I have paid only 8,000 rupees because the 2,000 rupees I have kept in a store for the proper satisfaction of balance of payment. So that's 2,000 rupees will be what? A perfect equilibrium. The maximum utilization, the maximum benefit, the maximum satisfaction can be reached here. When the supply curve curves the demand curve, the maximum satisfaction takes place. But when you see again, go above that, where the demand and the supply also have the same equilibrium. We have given one line. This line, you can see here also it cuts, here also it cuts. We have given the cut mark of P1. We have given the cut mark of P1 is equal to A, and P of S we have given B. This A and B is nothing but it is excess demand. This is nothing but it is excess demand. This is what? Excess demand. We had only this much of demand. The perfect equilibrium we have got here. But beyond this, when we have demand, beyond this when the figure reaches, beyond this when the equilibrium or the balance of payment desire goes, it will become the excess in demand. This period. A plus B, that's what we have written here. A, B is equal to excess demand. But when the same thing comes down, we have already received the satisfactory level, but down of that, we have one more P3. This P3 is cutting S and this P3 also cutting D. This 2 point we have given the mark C and D. This C and D is nothing but it is a excess supply. It is a excess supply. That C and D is what? Excess supply. When the maximum satisfaction is being done, when the supply is cutting the demand, maximum satisfaction is being given, the equilibrium we are getting. But when the supply and the demand crosses the equilibrium, it has the excess demand. What is it? Coming down to the equilibrium, it is the excess supply. In both conditions, whether it's excess supply, whether it's excess demand, it is not at all good for an exchange rate for any kind of balance payment. You see, there should be a perfect supply demand and supply for foreign exchange, and it should be the perfect value of S is equal to rupees, dollar is equal to rupees, and that's what forms the formula of E, that is equilibrium, maximum satisfaction. If go beyond excess of demand, it comes down excess in supply. Let's see the famous types of exchange rate system. In exchange rate system, we follow two types, the two different methodology in exchange rate system. The exchange rate system may be divided into two types, that is fixed exchange rate and floating exchange rate. In a fixed exchange rate, what happened? The two governments, India and Russia, if they are doing the international trade, they both will be agreed that we are going to have the same kind of exchange rate. Rupees 10 will be fixed for all the work we do, where the price, the exchange rate is being fixed by both the government of two countries. It is known as fixed exchange rate system. What are the example for that? Gold and diamond. If you take the gold and diamond, it is based on the international standard. It will be fixed over all the world. It is also known as stable and pegged exchange rate, because it will be stable. Because the two governments coming together, they are agreed that we are going to sell, we are going to have the negotiation at the one particular exchange rate. The next one is flexible exchange rate. Here, the price will be open market. The exchange rate will be in open market, free for all the troubles, free from all the rules and regulations. Anyone can come and any kind of rate they can fix. The government intervention will not be there. It will be also known as floating and free exchange rate. So these are the small overview of exchange rate. In future classes, we'll see the different desirability of exchange rate, the types of exchange rate and other things. Dear viewers, if you have not subscribed our official channels, do subscribe G.K.Jain Schools and press the bell icon for the latest and nearest videos in various subjects. Thank you all.
Subscribe now and press the bell icon. Never miss an update.